Have you ever wondered why Dancing in the Moonlight just feels so good? Like, how does this song make you feel the moment you hear it? For me, that feeling starts way before that beautiful chorus comes on, and there's only one way we are going to figure out what that feeling is, and that's by putting on these beautiful headphones and diving right on in to that beautiful intro. I love that. I mean, so simple, but so effective. I really love that. And the couple of things that I've always loved about this is the way it makes me feel. It always gives me this sort of hanging around, kind of a nice moonlit summer night. Maybe it's a little humid out there. Just feel good vibes, you know what I mean? Yeah, like how does that make you feel? Does it resonate with you? And the other thing I love about this is the sweet cadence that basically ends this whole Wurlitzer phrase where it goes. And then it's like, what? Just kind of cuts it off and then it's just saying like, hey, we're going to rock. Get ready to rock. Now, let's listen to what else is going on during this sweet, sweet intro. Ooh. So we got that little drum like ch 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 ch. Ooh. So a couple of things that I think are really cool about this. First of all, I love the way the bass slides in. Nothing too crazy. That paired with the keys. One thing I always like to imagine is what it would have been like to have been the singer. And I don't know how this was recorded. It may have been recorded live, may have been recorded track by track. But say it was recorded track by track where all the instruments were done first. Like, what is it like to be the singer, to have the headphones on and to hear this before you start singing? Be like, oh yeah. What? And then all of a sudden you're like, my turn.
We get it almost every night. And when that moon gets so big and bright.
So sweet. I love the way he just comes in, just real relaxed vocals too. It's nothing forced. It's kind of like the vibe of that whole Wurlitzer. Like that Wurlitzer line sets the vibe for the whole song. One thing I think is really cool that I never noticed before is with the drums, what he's actually doing. So some basic drum technique. Like the most common thing you probably used to hearing is snare hit, like a snare drum. The other thing that you can do with a snare drum is you can do what's called a rim shot and just hit the outside of the rim. And I can show you an example of this real quick right here. So that's like the snare drum, right? The actual hitting the snare drum in the center of it. And normally we're used to hearing boom, cha, you know, the cha being the snare hit. But what he does to give it even more relaxed groove is he plays what's called the rim shot. And he's basically got the hi-hat and the rim shot like and he's got the bass drum in there too. But that helps, it helps give it that real laid back groove. It's something very common that you would hear in like a bossa nova groove. But let's check in with this rhythm section and see what we got going on over here. Yeah. Oh! I love those slides. Oof. What kind of effect does that bass line have on you? For me, what I think is really cool, and I love this sort of technique, what really keeps this song propelling forward is that bass line. And what the bass player is doing, if you notice, he keeps going up, like boom, 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 dun, 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 dun. Then he cascades down a little, goes back to the beginning note. Boom, dun, 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 dun. And I feel like when you do that, you give this really forward motion feeling in the song. Let's just check it out again. See what I mean? And that's nasty. All right. And then let's throw the Wurlitzer back in there. Oh. What's really cool about this that I just heard is that the Wurlitzer is actually doubling up sometimes on the bass part. And what's really cool is it helps give us that forward motion feeling even more, but it's actually playing an octave above the bass, which is really cool too. And what I mean by an octave is, I think the song's in the key of B flat. So the first note in the bass would be like a low B flat down here. And the Wurlitzer's note would be a high B flat up here. So it's just that spacing in between the two B flats. And it really helps give us that forward motion. But let's let your ears decide. I love being able to separate these. I love being able to separate these tunes. The next thing that's super sweet is this guitar line that comes up in here. And again, the whole theme of this song, I'm starting to realize more and more. I've always kind of felt it, but I never really dissected it to kind of understand why it makes me feel so just loose and just feel so good. Is even when this guitar comes in, it's still laid back. It's just bending the note right in the beginning and then just like launches into some sweet lines and then it's out. It's nothing heavy sounding. It's not distorted. It just fits perfectly. Let's check it out. Oh, it's so good. And again, just think of that singer.
Everybody here is out of sight.
I love the way his vocal phrasing just lays so nicely over the groove, right?
Everybody here is out of sight. But they don't bark and they don't bite. They keep things loose, they keep things alive. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight, dancing.
This chorus is so sweet. Let's just listen to it real quick and then we'll talk about what sticks out to us.
Dancing in the moonlight, everybody feeling warm and right. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody dancing in the moonlight.
I love that. I've never really been able to hear just that fine. I just love the way it sounds. What's really cool too is the dynamics of the vocal phrasing, like stuff like this.
Dancing in the moonlight.
This is cool.
Everybody feeling warm and right. It's such a fine.
Like the phrasing's so cool. Like feeling warm and bright. It's such a bang. You know, then it's that big sound again.
It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody dancing in the moonlight. We like
And that is slick too. The singer is singing the lead on the harmony, and then he overdubbed himself coming in underneath that to bring us back into the verse. The harmony hasn't even ended yet, and he has those pickup notes that brings us straight into the next verse. Let's listen to that in context.
We like our fun and we never fight. You can't dance and stay uptight. It's super.
And that's a great line too. He says, you can't dance and stay uptight. You know, I mean, like if you're dancing, you're not going to be uptight. And again, this song is such a feel-good song.
You can't dance and stay uptight. It's supernatural delight.
Yeah.
Everybody was dancing in the moonlight.
All right, let's give our love to the second guitar solo here.
In the moonlight.
I just noticed something. This is super. I love doing this. I love breaking this stuff down. All right, so what I thought was really cool that I've never even noticed before without breaking this down is the guitar line. The first time he plays it, it's just one guitar. And the second time they play it, there's either two guitars playing at the same time or you overdub the second guitar part. And again, this is the subtle stuff that it's such a simple thing to do, but it adds so much to the music. Like here we are later on in the song. It just gives it a little bit something extra to our ear to keep it still interesting to the listener. And listen to those bends. Like seriously, when you listen to this, how does that make you feel? What does that make you think about? Where do you feel that in your body? Feel free to comment below. And I love those hits. It's so well done. Which is really cool too, because going back into this verse from the solo is in complete contrast from going from the chorus back into the verse. Because here we have a hard cut. It's just like,
Everybody.
oh. Whereas the chorus, we were talking about earlier, he comes in while the chorus is still ending.
We like our phone and we never fight. You can't dance.
And that's even cool too, is it goes from this really big sound back into this real simple groove, you know, just...
We like our phone and we never fight.
Oh, I just noticed this going into this last chorus here. So he does overdub his part because he's singing this verse part.
Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. Everybody.
And before he cuts off on Moonlight, he comes back in again to sing the chorus part. Super cool.
Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's.
You know, it's really cool. You can just picture like a campfire on a beach somewhere and everyone just turning at night on a nice full moon night looking back at you just singing the song.
Feeling warm and right, it's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight.
Like, it's so great, feeling warm and bright. Like this, the visual imagery, the language is beautiful, and the language beautifully matches the feeling of the song. You know, that's a beautiful thing about art. And I don't know what other tunes these guys have sang. I know this is like a one-hit wonder. If you have any tunes that you love and you're watching this, like feel free to like give me some recommendations in the comments below. But this is like a perfect song because you have this great visual imagery, the language, the words just match perfectly the vibe of the song, you know? It's got so much great stuff going in there. And I don't know. And my favorite thing to end this, and I love doing this when I play with people on stage, it's kind of like a listening exercise. I think some musicians probably don't like it when I do it, but this is when I'm singing a tune and taking a tune out. I love to do the manual fade on stage because I just love like how they just fade out into the night, you know? Like this. I love that stuff. And it's a really good test to see who's listening to you, because usually when you're coming to the end of the song, everybody starts looking for the cue. And if you just start playing softer, you'll find out pretty quickly who the good listeners in the band are. All right, this is one of those tunes that the more you listen to it, I feel like the more you get the idea that everything in this song is just going towards serving that same feeling. At least that's kind of what I got from this take. I'm generally curious as to what stuck out to you. Was there anything in the lyrics? Did you get a certain feeling? Did you get a certain visual in your head throughout this song? Feel free to comment below and start the conversation. I really do read all the comments, and I really do love hearing your perspective on all this stuff too. It really makes it fun for me. I'll have a link to the full song in the description below, so if you want to check it out after you've gone through this breakdown, feel free to do so. And within the description, I also have a free newsletter that goes out every month. It's super short. It has the link to this video, and it also has a few interesting facts. And I think what's cool about it is you just get the video sent straight to your email. You don't have to worry about notifications or anything like that. That is, of course, if you're curious to see what else is going to be coming out here. That being said, let's take care of ourselves, take care of each other, and most importantly, to make this life interesting, let's stay curious, my friends. Stay curious.